Just a year ago, I got very inspired by Hamza and Ali Abdal to start my own YouTube channel as a business, to go seriously into making my own money, my own income, into self-improvement, and it was a whole new level for me. And I was so inspired to hear that all of them achieved success in 2 to 5 years of hard, dedicated work, and I, as a young man, as my huge ego is, thought, that's fantastic, I'm in. Later on, I also discovered Iman Gadzhi, First Man, and a bit later, Raf blew up, and I was like, that's so nice, that's awesome, it works. And I can see myself in a few years be there, right? A year has passed, and I have a lot to say about this whole plan. And if I could see this video in the beginning, I would save myself half a year, 8 months. That's so much. And basically, first things first, they are not lying. I think I still believe that this 2 to 5 to 6 to maybe 8 years period of developing on social media, your social media presence, then you basically improve yourself, becoming a better YouTuber, you build a big following, and then you have some product to sell to them. Not really hard, and you don't need thousands of dollars, like $50,000, $100,000 to start to invest in it and maybe fail. If you fail, nothing happens. Except you lose time, right? But there is a few points that I missed on, and it basically blew up my speed, my progress towards the goal I set for myself, right? And one of them is that the compound effect is what we all know as being the thing that basically you put in the effort, but your progress, your achievement, it doesn't go like this. You don't get this output. You get more like this output, right? It's exponential most of the times. And basically that's what compound interest is. And I'm pretty sure you know that for quite a long time, right? If you are into investing in any kind, if you heard about investing, if you are on self-improvement channels for a while, you will know this idea. Still, I did know that idea pretty well, and I lost half a year just because I was a fucking ego lifter. You know, there are some stupid guys that go to the gym, we don't see them often, because they quit. And they basically say, I'm a strong man, although I'm a teenager, 16, never lifted a thing in my life heavier than, grocery bags, and I'm gonna go and put on 2 plates, like 40-50 kilograms on my bench, and I'm gonna press it like for reps, right? This guy will die once, and if he survives that gym session, even if he comes for 5 years, for 10 years, he will still not be able to bench a freaking 2 kilograms. That's what ego lifter is, because no matter how hard you try, if the lift is too heavy, it's just gonna fall on you. And the same principle absolutely applies to making progress in business and making progress in self-improvement, in your own discipline, in all the areas of life that is required from you in order to achieve that level of success you want in 2 to 5 to 6 years, right? And basically, now that if we link those ideas, what I mean is that basically I was going too fast. I was impatient, right? I was straight away. I never worked hard in my entire life for 16 years of my life, and I put up 5 hours every single day. I will work on my YouTube channel. My first video took me a month to make. Well, it got 100 views, not bad, like for first video, but the quality was terrible. The time I spent on that video was absolutely terrible. I didn't enjoy it at all. It was so ugly. I was like, what the fuck, man? I want to go watch some Minecraft videos. I don't want to do this stuff. But it was terrible because the weight was too heavy, and I did my rep with very poor fucking form, using everything I've got, right? And I burnt out for half a year, from like, alright, 4 months, right? Just went back in a rut, even worse than my whole previous year of kind of self-improvement, watching self-improvement videos, you know, cold showers, meditation, gym. And I was like, man, this is no cool. I started in winter 2023. Now I'm in the middle of summer and I've made no progress. Are these people lying to me? And you see, the whole problem with why I think your perception of this model is so wrong from what you can think about it now, that most likely, if you're in the range from 15 to 20, you're immature as fuck. You are still a kid. And I am still a kid, right? It's just that for a year I tried to experience this kind of adulthood, right? And I'm by no means trying to pretend that I'm so cool, that I know everything. I'm just saying that I've got a year experience into this shit. And if I were to start again, I would be much, much faster at this point where I am now, which is, I think, fucking amazing. So, basically, the next point is that starting immature makes everything longer, much more painful. You don't understand how important it is that these people like Ali Abdaal, Hamza, I don't know, First Man, they have a bit of a late start from our perspective, right? Starting as a teenager, 18 years old, is like, it's very young. Hamza started as like, what, 22, 23? It's an immense difference, even though he was a complete degenerate from like, I don't know, 18, 21, right? Uni time. He still accumulated a fuck ton of experience. He still lived on his own. He was able to attract multiple women, basically. A few girlfriends. He finished a degree, he got a job, he stayed in that job. You can't even imagine how hard it is to go on a... I can't even imagine that myself, bro. I'm sitting here in this cozy apartment my parents pay for, and I'm trying to work on my YouTube, and I get distracted, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so pissed, I can't even focus for an hour. Bro, people work for 12 hours in some trenches, listening to complaints of people, trying to solve some shit, seeing some ugly women or ugly people basically around you that make so low income that you just question yourself every day you go to this 9 to 5, why the fuck am I here? So the point is, we are very, very immature, and you don't even understand how immature you are, and I don't even understand myself how immature I am, because everybody on the internet, people I trust to some extent, say that basically until you're like 25, you're a kid. You're basically like nothing. It's a whole experimentation, gaining a life experience. And when I first heard it, like right after I started this massive business entrepreneurship journey, I heard this, like, if you're a kid, if you're a teen, Like, you don't know shit, you know? And I was like, I understand your point, but I don't believe it's that important, right? And what's the solution then, right? What am I gonna come back to my degeneracy for 5 years just to, you know, accumulate experience? Sounds nice, right? Your Jeffrey Brain, No. No. You couldn't be further from the truth. And that's simply because you can mature even at 17, at 15, at 18, at 20, at 22. It doesn't matter really. It's not about the age, it's about the moment you get exposed to the real world. You understand that, alright, so if I want this like 5, 10, 20 years from now, I need a lot of money, right? Alright, how do I make money? 9 to 5. If you make a research, I don't know, like 100 hours in it, considering you will bear this decision for years, for decades, for the rest of your life, 100 hours of research easily shows you, I put in much more than that, easily shows you that business dominates. You can basically have free time, work whenever you want, make a fuck ton of money, work on whatever you want. But there is a catch that it's much, much harder than the 9 to 5 job. But considering the model I told you on growing your social media presence to, I don't know, 10k, 50k, 100k, then selling them some product, you easily make a few K, and if you continue to grow, it easily scales to 10k, to 100k. It just depends on how good of an entrepreneur you are, right? But the point I was trying to make is that if you want to mature quicker, you just need to get exposed to this environment, right? That's quite clear. And when you get exposed, you experience a lot of problems. You experience a lot of burnouts, a lot of stress. And that's fucking amazing. Why? Because you mature quicker. You know your limits. You start to understand yourself and the world around you much, much deeper than you could even imagine just a few years ago. And now is kind of the point of this whole video. I want you to listen very carefully, because that's really important. Your impatience will cost you your mental health and basically years of your progress. How could I say that? Well, half a year of my life, from basically this winter, start of this winter, to a month ago, I was in a total rut, you know, like degeneracy. Because I had no purpose. I thought I had no purpose, right? That's different things. And I was kind of disappointed in my results. I was very unmotivated to do anything like self-improvement related, business related. I was like, fuck it, just leave me alone. And I realized why. That's just because you've got fucking unrealistic expectations. And that sounds so obvious. And my dad, who's kind of, you know, observing my journey from like first seed basically, he told me that like a lot of times. I didn't believe him. And it was partially true and partially bullshit. Because this scheme does work. It's just that you don't really understand how the process goes, right? You all know, you try something new, you fail, you try, you fail, you try, you kind of succeed, you build this, compound effects, you try, if you improve every time and stay consistent, you will improve, we all heard that, but the compound effect works in a way that you could post literally for a few years and you could see like 100 subs, 200 subs, I don't know, like 50, I don't know, like getting, on one video you could get like 15 views, on the other you could have like 170. It's after 2 years of putting in the effort, and you probably have accumulated at this point like a few thousands of hours like of work, of learning, of dedicating your life to it, and you see this shitty result. But then I believe comes the point where it all comes together. And I could make this assumption based on, this low level feedback. Because I was trying to get my base right, to get, my foundation, my good habits, not watching some stupid shit, not watching porn, not fapping, not doing a lot of degenerate stuff. Basically, I had to kill myself. I had to create a new identity. And it like took me a whole year, and now I'm so cool thinking, yeah, for the last months, I made so much progress. I completely stopped all of the bad habits. I started the good habits, and I'm absolutely solid in them, and now you can't even convince my brain to fucking go and touch your dick on some other man. I won't go in details, but it's basically just embarrassing how childish you are with all those bad habits. And the point was, that's not me now who became suddenly so good. It was my whole year of struggles, of improvements that got me these results. It's like bodybuilding. This bicep didn't come from yesterday workout or tomorrow's morning workout or even a workout a month before, right? It came from year and a half of grind. The formula is simple. We all know it. It's progressive overload plus consistency. If you pick a skill, making great YouTube videos, right? If you post like every week or every day, and every time you make your video a little bit better, you put your thought into it. Basically, you're not just AFKing on that task, doing it on the same level. That's stupid. And you do that for like 3, 5, 10 years. There's no fucking way you will stay on like 2 subscribers. It doesn't work like that, because you just, by the nature of you making it for a long time, you just become better at it. So how do you actually gain this patience? How do you transform your mindset from being so immature and so quick and like, I don't wanna, fap 6 months from now, it's like embarrassing, how long could I fap? I fapped like a lot of years of my life already. I want to stop this now, and I also want to learn everything about the gym, and I want to get my diet right. And here you are, 15 hours of work a day, and after 2 weeks you just go to all your bad habits because it's so simple. If you build a shitty base, it will fall. It will not stand. It will not be as good as people that it is basically for people that suggested you this type of development, this route, this scheme, I don't know, whatever the fuck the word is. Because these people are in their 20s. They experienced at least 3 times more than you did. And now you're trying to compete with them. And you have the mindset that you'll beat them all, that you're the best, that you're the man, you know, that's all we've got, and that's the right attitude. I don't think it's bad. I have it myself, and it helped me tremendously. The point being, firstly, you've got much more years than you think. If you think you're not successful in your when you're 20 years old, when you're 23 years old, when you're 25 years old, when you're 18, fucking someone, if I imagine myself at 15 and I'll be like, yeah, at 18 I gotta be successful, I gotta make 100k a month. It's like, bro, no you're not. And if yes, cool. If not, it's like, alright, continue the grind. What other options you've got? And you know, even after you've built the success you always wanted, there's this progression trick that basically has the idea that what you want now not necessarily is what you will want a few years ago, from now. If your future self might already be on another level, and hence he will want other things. Not a rocket science, right? So have a patience. 5 years is a tight deadline. I heard a quote that if a man thinks in decades, he's so dangerous. I think that's true. I'm starting to, thinking more on long term, thinking less impulsively, because I understand more now how this reality actually works, how you could easily fuck up half a year, although your whole 2-year self-improvement journey before that you were going up. Now that you start a new thing, you passed your newbie gates. Now that's the play. Now that's your new level of improvement. Accumulate the patience, mature, and never stop, because there is no reason to. Improve.